My name is Gabrielle Carey, and I'm the author of Only Happiness Here, In Search of Elizabeth von Arnim. Elizabeth was different to the kind of writer I had read, the kind of writer I had been for most of my life, and she was the first person to inspire me, even instruct me, on how not to be that kind of writer. Indeed, on how not to be that kind of person. Elizabeth was notoriously secretive about her personal life, so the research for this book involved reading reams of handwritten diaries and hundreds of letters to her family, as well as various lovers, which form part of her archive at the Huntington Library in California. I'm hoping that my book will encourage people to seek out and enjoy the work of Elizabeth von Arnim, Australia's forgotten literary treasure.
To be shortlisted for the Nib and to win the Alex Buzo Shortlist Award is just so exciting and gratifying for me. I wrote The Winter Road, which is the story of the murder of Glenn Turner, an environmental officer in New South Wales, who was tragically killed by a farmer called Ian Turnbull in 2014. Glenn had been investigating Ian Turnbull, the farmer, for illegal land clearing on 2 blocks up near Moree, and Ian Turnbull heard that Glenn was in the neighbourhood, took his ute, took his gun, and in front of Glenn's colleague, cold-bloodedly shot him dead. Really, I'd like to thank the people who were prepared to break the cone of silence up in the northwest of New South Wales and speak to me. This is their story, and I'm incredibly grateful for their courage.
Hi, I'm Ramona Koval. So delighted that my book, A Letter to Layla, has been shortlisted for the 2021 Mark and Evette Moran Nib Literary Award. The book's a sweeping account of our entire human family. We now face some pretty tricky problems of our own making, like global warming and the first in a series of pandemics, and we're the only ones in a position to do anything about them. So I wanted to discover how we got to be as we are, because the deep history of human beings, the clues hidden in the past, are relevant to understanding our present and how we might shape our future. Telling this story meant researching a range of specialist areas, talking with world experts, and writing to find a way to make complex ideas intriguing and understandable to the general reader. And with each encounter, I learned something unexpected about being human, and that there's more to life than appears on the surface of things.
I'm Sarah Krasnostein, and my new book, The Believer, has been shortlisted for the 2021 Mark and Evette Moran Nib Literary Award. Braiding together the true stories of 6 extraordinary, ordinary people, The Believer tells a 7th story about how we are more alike than we might at first expect when dealing with the distance between the world as it is and the world as we wish it would be. You'll meet an academic who spends his weekends ghost hunting, a woman who was incarcerated for 35 years who believes in a just God, the fiancé of a pilot missing for decades, and the UFO researchers who have not discounted the possibility that he encountered aliens. At a moment when we are finding ourselves locked into positions that are increasingly unintelligible to each other, I hoped in this book to show that we are united in the emotions which drive us towards the beliefs that separate us. I hope you like it, and thank you for watching.
To write a book is a huge challenge, particularly a memoir, where one has to face one's demons and also learn how to celebrate one's life. I must say that it's been a cathartic process, but I've tried to be as frank and honest as I can without being resentful or show any grievances towards anyone in my life that may have hurt me. In fact, I want to thank you because you've all taught me something. I wanted to write a book that wasn't full of art speak, and I wanted to make it accessible and for people to learn about the art world, to learn about me, to learn about life, to learn about my family history, my personal experiences, my journeys, everything that makes up who I am today. Really, this has been an incredible journey of self-discovery writing this book. Thank you.
My book, Amnesia Road, is subtitled Landscape, Violence and Memory. It's a historical narrative, it's a travelogue, and it's an investigation into the political uses of memory. The book examines 2 historic locations in 2 countries, the frontier of southwest Queensland in the 19th century and rural southern Spain at the commencement of the 1936-39 Civil War. It asks how we come to understand acts of violence acts of extreme violence committed in beautiful landscapes, and it celebrates these landscapes at the same time while looking unsparingly at the atrocities that have been committed in them. I hope you will read it, enjoy it, and think about the questions that it raises. But most importantly, don't forget along the way to enjoy the writing. Thank you very much.